Tiana Ramirez returns this week from the Astaire Dance Studio with a special guest to share more on the medical benefits of dancing. Hi ladies,
hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
And welcome to our special guest. Could you tell us who this is?
So this is Karen Smith. She's actually one of our students at the Astaire Dance Studio. She's been there for right at 2 years now.
So you must enjoy dancing quite a bit.
Yes, I do, and thank you for the invitation.
Oh, this is great. This is great. We can't wait to hear more about how you've gotten involved. But I'm going to ask you first, Tiana, what are some of the benefits, the medical benefits that we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, so there's so many medical benefits when it comes to, what you gain through ballroom dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the one that I would like to talk about mostly is the studies that are coming out now about Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
So the most recent one they have now is every 66 seconds, one person is diagnosed with Alzheimer's here in the United States, which is not a good number. But seniors who ballroom dance are 76% less likely to develop
That's amazing.
Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So it's endless because the impact that ballroom dancing has on stimulating the mind,
mm-hmm.
the weight-bearing exercise,
mm-hmm.
it keeps going. So that's probably one of my favorite, medical benefits because it's, something that has touched many of us personally, and is not something that we like to go through. But to know that there is something that beats writing, reading, Sudoku, crossword puzzles,
mm-hmm.
So I'm very proud to stand behind that and be a part of the ballroom dancing world because of it.
Now, besides obviously the benefits, the mental stimulation,
mm-hmm.
you said the weight-bearing scenarios that we all have as we grow older. When can someone who starts dancing begin to see benefits from that?
Well, actually, I can answer that for you very clearly because when I decided to call Fred Astaire for my first dance lesson, I did it basically for exercise and for losing weight. And I lost 22 pounds in less than 6 months.
She did.
I love it.
It just went.
It just completely went off. But it was not just losing the weight, but it was very interesting for me because once I danced, let's say I danced for a dance lesson with my instructor.
And how long does that last?
My sessions are 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I dance 2 sessions a day. Mm-hmm. So when I'm done dancing, and I perspire after dancing because you're doing smooth rhythm or whatever you choose,
mm-hmm.
I couldn't eat afterwards because my body was so stimulated that the only thing I could do was drink water to bring back the hydration into my system.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't eat for 2 or 3 hours afterwards, and very little.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the weight loss was just not only the exercise, but it was also the eating factor that went along with it.
I think dancing gives you kind of a natural high. It releases the serotonins in your brain.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And boosts your metabolism as well.
Yes.
That's for sure. And I found other benefits that has happened to my body and my mind and even spirit. As you know, Fred Astaire is a social
mm-hmm.
gathering. That's where the spirit comes in, where you meet all kinds of people and you just share your personalities and the love of dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As far as my body, I've learned and I've gained more flexibility, better posture. I have found that my balance is absolutely phenomenal because dancing is balance. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Now, what type of dance do you do?
Actually, my preference is rhythm, but I can do smooth. Now, smooth consists of, and I'll just name a few, waltz, foxtrot, those
mm-hmm.
two. I'm mm-hmm. just going to name it 2. But mm-hmm. on the rhythm side, I prefer Western swing, Eastern swing, cha-cha.
She likes the fast stuff.
I like the fast stuff.
I like it. Well, that's good. So you do a little bit of both. And I would imagine that you probably graduated into that. You probably start with the slower things when you're getting more flexible and kind of moving your muscles around that you haven't used for a while?
Well, we actually start with a little bit of everything.
Right.
We just introduce you to it all and then kind of give you the opportunity to say, okay, I like that more, let's focus more on that. Because if we were to just stick with one style, then we're actually disservicing you, that if you were to go out and dance somewhere, you I don't dance that dance. I have to sit it out, you know.
Right. Salsa is very popular here. The Latin
Yes.
dance is here. I mean, if you go out to a normal dance studio, that's what they're actually dancing.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a great experience, and you can just keep going as to what you choose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have a slightly personal question. I hope you don't mind my asking.
No.
But do you go alone? Do you have a partner that you go with, or who do you dance with, Karen, when you go?
Okay, are we talking about to the studio?
Yeah, to the
Okay,
studio.
if I'm going to the
because-
studio, I'm a widow. I've been a widow for 4 years.
Okay.
So I have no significant other, if that's
So
what you're
you-
asking.
yes,
so I
so you
go to
don't
the
have a-
studio,
okay.
and there's many people at the studio that I dance with. There's other single males. There's males who have partners, but we all interchange, and we're just like one happy family. So everybody intermingles with everyone.
So everyone would feel comfortable there.
Everybody feels
By
very
yourself
comfortable.
or as a couple.
Or as a couple.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Anything that you would like to close with today? Maybe a website or a little bit of more information that our viewers would like to know?
Absolutely. You can visit us at SarasotafredAstaire.com. We are kind of trying to rebuild it, so give us a little time on that. But again, we're located right on Bee Ridge and Swift and Tuttle, and would love to have anybody start coming in and feeling some of these health benefits, because
Okay.
the list goes on.
And you
The list
can
goes
go
on.
in and just observe if you want to get an
Absolutely.
idea without making a commitment.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have
Okay.
to be a commitment at all.
Well, great. Thank you so much again
Thank
for being
you.
here. Karen, it was nice meeting
And
you.
I
I'll
hope
see
to
you in
see
the
you-
studio.
See you at the studio.
Okay. That's all for this week's episode of Aging Gracefully. Tune in next week for more advice on how to age gracefully.